Wanna guess whose house I'm in? Come on in. We have some posters on the wall here. Hanging board. Oh, this is great. It's like a nut. Oh, that's fantastic. Door frame pull-up system. Very crucial. Some mysterious crack gloves here. And the last hint is a really big one. Did you get it? Do you know where I am? Wow. I'm just so excited. This is now the first time I'm seeing this. Let's just keep going. Let's go this way. Oh.
Hello.
Oh. I didn't mean to disturb you or anything.
What are you doing in my house? What are you doing in my cellar?
The door was open and I just walked right in. Hi, look who I'm with.
No, look who I'm with. Look who's in my cellar.
Why is she here? It is such an honor to be here. You're like one of my idols. When I like started crack climbing, I was like, all right, time to like watch all the videos that exist ever. And that happens to just be a lot of your videos. So it's really like surreal to have just learned how to do all of that and to have like come from just this space of complete learning, and I'm still learning. And then to just be here in the most famous cellar, crack cellar in the world.
Only crack cellar.
It's the only crack cellar. The most famous like crack setup though.
Maybe crack setup. Yeah.
So I'm very excited to be here.
Well, I think it's going to be interesting seeing how you get on, because what I always tell everyone when they first come down here is that I think a lot of people have got used to me and Pete climbing down here, and you've seen the footage, so it gives the appearance that it's really straightforward, but then you kind of try the things and they can be, some of the things, like a lot harder than you think. So basically I always say to everyone, set your expectations not super high when you come in the cellar, and just be like, just learn as much as possible, because this is where we learn our craft basically. Like I spent 10 years learning how to climb well on this style. What we can do is down here I'll do like a full tour of the cellar, and I can teach you something for each technique, and then we can have a go at them and see how we get on. Hopefully don't destroy you.
I will be destroyed, full disclaimer, but I'm so excited.
So let's start wide. Ready for it? Literally about to start filming, and a volume just falls off the wall. Oh, that is classic.
Oh, the safety checks. All of them.
We're going to start off on, maybe interestingly for you, is the simulator for Century Crack, which is like the hardest off-width in the world, 514 off-width. So maybe not the easiest start, but
oh, I love it. I already love it.
I feel like you've got a good attitude towards try hard.
Oh yeah.
And this is like a full body warm-up, so we do like legs and core and some biceps. So this one here is about this width. So this is a hand fist stack. So we're putting our hands on one side of the crack and our fist jammed in the other. And that's the kind of type of jam that we're going to do inside. And then with our feet is we're going to jam our feet right up inside the crack and do a move that's called a wide pony. So it's like sat on a pony upside down. Okay. So they're both turned out. They're not like this. That doesn't work at all. Okay. His heels turned out. Hands and fist stack between our legs. Shuffle a foot, bring the hand and fist stack along, shuffle the other foot, shuffle, hand and fist, and so on. Okay. You nervous?
We'll just see how this goes. Alright, no, I'm fine, I got this. I pick up things fast.
Oh yeah, you smashed it straight away.
Ah, alright. Okay, so I have done...
Actually, I'm just going to like interject here for a second. Is that Anna just like a hero, she's just dropped straight out of the crack onto like a big lump of concrete onto her back. And like a true professional, just kind of like I noticed a little grimace, and then you just got on with it.
Just, I mean, what is climbing but pain? Here we go.
Okay.
Were you putting the palm on this side then?
Yeah, yeah.
And then does the fist go like sideways? Or okay.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I'm not like a turtle. It's like you're in a fist.
Yeah.
You move the hand and then you...
Yeah, yeah, and you're like undercutting with a hand.
Or is it?
Either way. That's it. So shuffle that leg. Stack. Good. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, good. That was a good effort.
Oh my god. It's getting hot. The hands are the hardest part for me. I feel like my hands are just slipping. Yes, and I'm doing that.
Yeah, it's perfect.
This feels better than what I was doing, actually.
Yeah.
I think what I was doing was just like, more like this. Well, I made a few movements. I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah. All right, what's next?
That's the attitude I like.
Let's go.
So basically, you just warmed up on some sections of a 514.
That's right.
Okay, so should we go a bit wider again now and go to the Hazelnutt?
Yeah.
This one is called the Hazelnutt, which is like a 45-degree Offwidth / squeeze chimney. We use this for training for the US Offwidth tour that me and Pete did in like 2011. And basically, if you think about a fingerboard, and you know how like you hang on a fingerboard and you just hold the position for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and then you repeatedly do that.
Yeah.
This is an Offwidth version of a fingerboard.
Okay.
So all you have to do is get a position in the crack and hold it for 10 seconds. Find your armbar, chicken wing, whatever you want. Insert your inside leg as deep as you can so that it obviously finds some kind of purchase. Bottom foot's on the ground, getting a bit of a sort of, you know, rest at the moment, got nothing from it.
Yeah.
And then I kind of push hard on the edge of the crack there.
Okay.
And then from there, push the foot up. 7,
just hold.
6, 5, 4, 3.
Tom, your seconds are kind of fast.
1.
Okay.
Now this one, I think that you will be really good at.
Okay.
Because
yeah, tell me why.
This one goes. You're better and better on squeeze and 45-degree Offwidth if you have really good shoulder mobility. So I'm kind of like old and cronky, and my shoulders don't do what they want to anymore. Right. So I can't quite get my shoulder in exactly the position I want. Whereas I think you'll be in a really good position with that.
Okay.
So I am very optimistic.
Ooh. Okay, let's see. I feel like if I know what position it needs to be in, that's gonna be the trick for me then. Yeah. Oh, it perfectly fits my head. Okay, so you put your shoulder in kind of like this.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
8, 9, 10.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. I had my shoulder like this, and then when I like wanted to, well, I realized that the higher up it felt better, and I was like, oh, and then I just kind of put it all the way up here.
The next level up is to be able to drop one of the hands and just have it hanging outside the crack.
Okay. It feels like it's just moving.
Ah, easy.
I definitely can't let go of the other arm though. I'm gonna try the arm down on this side while I'm here.
Yeah, rinsed it.
Yeah, that's good.
Does this make you feel like you kind of love having head, body, everything in a very tight space with almost no room to move?
Yeah, it almost feels like it's more comfortable than regular life. Like, you know, why have all this space when we can just be crammed right here? It's like a whole epiphany on the world.
I feel like I'm getting another convert.
I'm pretty easy to convert to climbing though, because I really like things that feel impossible, and I really like pain apparently, so I think I'm a perfect candidate for learning Offwidth.
Next up is pretty much perfect hand crack size, but it's in a roof. I would say it's a little bit wide for you, and this crack here represents in the US a very, very classic roof crack called Desert Gold in red rocks. This is pretty much about exactly the same grade and standard. So what we're looking for on this is to get really good hand jams and get them deep as possible. So we want to try and go up to our wrists if we possibly can. I think for you, Anna, it's going to be okay because your hands are a little bit smaller than mine. I won't always be able to go right up beyond the wrist in the crack. Obviously we're using normal jamming technique, so fingers across, thumb across, and then squeeze in the crack. But on this one here, we also want to really focus on making sure our feet are really jamming well.
Okay.
So the trick with this is that when the foot goes into the crack, is that you're turning the knee in line with the crack as well. And then secondly, is I'd suggest for you on this size, is that we're doing something called marching hands. So one hand goes over the other hand, over the other hand, over the other hand. So always crossing hands, and have your thumbs pointing towards you, almost like you're gonna suck your thumb. So always pointing in this direction. I wasn't recording there a second ago, and Anna asked, are there any secret cement blocks that I need to know about?
Like, I don't know, any like serrated edges anywhere here that I should be aware of when I'm falling?
What a question to ask in a place that's this safe.
Here, I guess, and then is this thumbs towards me, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And then I'm gonna put. Okay.
Really ram that foot in nice and deep. So that the knee is out to start with.
And then in like that.
Yeah, good.
Oh, I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah, good. Yeah, good. Come on. It's kind of hard, isn't it? Yeah, good. Yeah, way better. Come on. Come on. Squeeze those hands. Yeah. That's it. Oh.
Yeah, okay. It's like, I just need to be able to, yeah, put the hand in further. That really helped. That felt a lot better, actually.
Look, you've got Pete looking over you.
Thanks, Pete.
Pete watching out on
Yeah.
Cobra.
Pete, the homie.
Now what we'll do is we'll move it up to the last two hardest sizes. And
This was the easy size.
yeah, and you can have a go on both of those.
Yeah.
But I think it's good because you learn where it can go and how strong that you can be for like the crack styles.
I'm ready. What's the next size?
So the next size is what we call paddle hands. So rather than being a perfect hand jam where you can slot your jam all the way up to the wrist, now you're only going to kind of get like halfway up the hand, and this is like the power move of crack climbing. So this is like the half crimp of crack climbing. So if you get really good at paddle hands, you can kind of dominate on almost every kind of hand crack size. So you can see that I can't go like up to my wrist, I'm just going to get stuck part of the way across. And what this means is I have to push really hard with the fingers across the crack, so it's like I'm trying to squeeze the crack a part of my fingers. And sometimes you even bend the fingers into a half crimp position.
Oh.
You're trying to get that much force out of them. The thumb is way less effective. You can't really get that much out of the thumb.
Okay.
And then with your feet, they're much worse as well. So you
Okay.
have to try and get as much as you can out of the feet, if possible.
Okay.
And then from there, you're gonna have to make quite quick moves. Roll it in, squeeze up those fingers, in, really squeeze with the fingers. Milk as much as you can of your feet. They're not gonna feel amazing. And squeezing up, really squeezing with your fingers and your toes. That is tricky, like proper tricky. So if you don't find this one so easy, don't feel like you're not doing a good job. It's not straightforward at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Come on, squeeze with the fingers. Yeah, good. Come on. Good effort.
Yeah.
It's way more powerful on the fingers, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's it. Come on. Yeah, good. Come on.
I feel like I got more moves out of that one than I did out of the perfect hands.
Maybe it's because of all your sport climbing abilities.
Yeah.
More sporty.
It's more sporty, yeah. Yeah, because I am using my fingers more. They feel pretty equivalent to me. Maybe it's also because on the perfect hands, I had trouble getting my hand all the way in, which made it feel really bomber. So on the perfect hands, I would just like stop and I was doing that kind of thing anyways.
Yeah.
So they both felt pretty similar, except this one, I guess, is a little less parallel to the ground. Both very hard. So that was paddle hands. What's the final one?
The next one is a bit of a beast. It's cupped hands.
You'll have to show me.
I think the smile might be less on this one.
Just gonna be like full dead.
Last size we're going to do is a cupped hand. So we're going right across the cracks. So we're much, much wider. So there and there, which means that the fingers feel really hard to do. Like it's much more ineffective, and the thumb stops working because it's not actually wide enough to be able to jam. So you really have to work the finger bar across the crack. And in this one, you have to learn how to use the feet super effectively and jam your feet really, really well. I'm going to start in this single cupped hand volume. So we've only got like 1.5 meters to climb on it. And then from here is that we're going to try and aim to move along that crack with our cupped hands. And then get 2 feet in the crack.
Okay.
So that's your challenge there, to be able to get
Alright.
across it. And then your second challenge is the cupped hands bat hang. You want to go as deep as possible and you want to drop your heels away from you. So rather than having your heels here
Okay.
with your knees in, is you want to drop them away from you and towards the crack. So like that. So I can hook my hand over the back of my legs, kind of get a bit extra out of it, or I can bring your hands out.
Oh my gosh.
And that's definitely the hardest stuff, I think, down here, especially if for someone who hasn't climbed loads of cracks before. It's got loads of technique and it's got a fair bit of strength in it as well.
Okay. I can't even like get off the ground on it.
Yeah!
What? I held it for a little bit there. I like had it and then slowly just like nope, right out of it.
Bye!
Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to subscribe. All right, Should we try the bat hang now?
Let's try the bat hang.
That should go well, right? If you can't hold the holds, I'm sure you can just do the bat hang. Maybe if we just like freeze frame it when I was mid-fall, it'll look like I held it for a few seconds.
Oh, it'll look like you have levitation skills.
Yeah, I'll just be like, oh, in the air. Wow, yeah, that's really incredible. That's just completely impossible for me. Wow. Yeah, I think I could give it one more go, but I feel like it's kind of. I'll give it like last.
I think you can give it.
Yeah, I'll give it another go. It's just like I just feel like I'm sliding immediately.
Yeah, the trick is to slowly bring your hips through underneath your feet, rather than to just like slowly bring your hands closer and closer to your feet, so that they come under your feet. Don't like try and swing into it. You have to kind of load it quite slowly. Come on. Yeah. You got it. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, just. What?
Typical sport climber.
Yeah, it's actually. It's easier if you grab the outside of the crack.
This is called an illegal layback.
Yeah.
So I'm kicking you out of the cellar right now. We do not allow this. The crack police.
That was awesome. I got properly shut down, and definitely learned a ton of new hand jamming techniques. So I'm really excited to use those outside and just like keep practicing. So thank you.
No problem at all.
Yeah.
I don't think you got shut down, by the way.
You don't think so?
No, I think you did really, really well. Like I said at the beginning,
yeah.
like everything's harder than it sort of looks down here. So actually, no, honestly, I think you're doing really well. It's like your first session, and you haven't done loads of crack climbing. So no, you did great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it felt really cool. I was like so happy to make just a few moves. I think I excelled on the Offwidth part. Like the chicken wing. I'm like, that one I could definitely do. And then also the first one we did. The two wider cracks actually did.
You're an Offwidther.
Oh my gosh. I found my calling. Do you have any advice for anyone else out there learning how to crack climb?
I would say make sure you get a pair of gloves, so whether it's tape or rubber gloves, that's super important, just takes the pain away. Get flat shoes which are comfortable, not like downturn shoes which are like super aggressive because they're just too painful in cracks.
I made that mistake. yeah.
And go climbing initially with cracks with people that really know their technique, because it's a really technique based thing, so you can go much further forward in a faster rate if you learn someone that's really good, rather than just going out with people who climb high grades. Go out with someone who genuinely knows how to climb it well.
That's good advice, yeah. Okay, well that's what we have for you here today in the crack cellar. Be sure to check out Tom's channel over at the Wide Boyz. They have some awesome films. I've binge watched so many of those. So go over there, I'll put the link, it'll like appear somewhere on the top. And make sure to also subscribe to me and put that little bell notification on, and we're gonna have more videos together, so stay tuned for that. Alright, bye!